right, so we have inadvertently been responsible for the breakup of a marriage. And at least in this email, this person couldn't be happier that we accidentally did this for them. Kristen's got the email.
Dear Bert, thank you so much for taking the time to read my email. Over a decade ago, you had an all-women's panel come together to take phone calls from listeners for the ladies. I was dealing with really big issues in my marriage at the time. I doubt that you will remember, but I was a caller who had not yet had sex in my marriage for almost 2 years and was calling to see if maybe some outside advice could help me remedy the situation.
I don't remember that specific call, but it sounds horrible.
Yeah. When I was able to get through, whoever was running the phone at the time, someone asked me if I wanted my name or a different one. I was sure to give a fake name and asked to be on the voice disguiser, so not to risk anyone knowing who I was. When I was told that I would get a chance to talk to you, I turned off my radio so as to not get feedback while talking. Wow, you really followed directions from our phone screeners. I had no idea what I would sound like talking with the voice disguiser, so I assumed that it was on and working when I was talking about my problems. Everyone on the show was very sympathetic and offered any advice they thought would help. I got off the phone and thought that would be it. Sometime later, I was bombarded with phone calls from my brother. He told me that he heard someone on the Bert Show with the saddest story and asked if I heard it. I denied that I heard anything and tried to play dumb.
You're like, oh, yeah, that sucker, man. Oh, yeah, I heard the same segment. That poor guy.
After some pressure, he cornered me to let me know that he knew it was me that called in. I admitted that it was me and asked how he knew. He said that he knew by the sound of my voice. The voice disguiser I asked for was never used. And anyone that knew me could recognize the sound of my voice.
Neat for us.
I blame the Bert Show for what inevitably led to my divorce. And I couldn't be more grateful.
That is bolded. That part is bolded.
A lot happened after that. I went with my wife at the time for counseling, but after months of therapy, I knew that there wasn't going to be a change. I finally filed for divorce. After some time and trying to get my mojo back, I ended up dating, getting remarried, moved out west, got 2 boys, and found a job back here in West Georgia. I've been getting back into the routine of listening in the morning and felt like I had to include you on the best mistake your show has ever made. It could have ended so differently. Thanks again for having a chapter in my love story and someone screwing up their job so badly that it ruined a marriage and saved a life in the process. Keep up with the great work. Love you all.
We really need to go back and find out who was screening at this point.
Well, if it was 10 years ago, it would have been Carl.
I'm not pointing that on him, putting that on him.
I mean, it turned out to be a good thing,
yeah,
though, right?
So, that was divine intervention.
Yes.
But see, the phone screener doesn't put the person on the voice disguiser. It's whoever's running the board that puts the person on the voice disguiser. And at that time, it was you and Tommy because you all were rubbing bits every day running the board.
That's right, because we were so on top of each other in the same studio. So it could have been me, it could have been Tommy. I'm pretty sure it was Tommy. Just because I don't want it to be me.
Best mistake that ever happened in his life.
Yep. That's divine intervention right there.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay.
I'm just glad he had that outlook on it.
Did a good thing?
Yeah, it could have been way uglier than that. Way uglier.
The Bert Show.